Hey, we're live. It worked. I have been working on this computer for an hour. So glad to see you all. Y'all come on in. No specific topic today. Just enjoying the nice weather outside. Better turn my alarm off so it doesn't bother me. I hear my chicks. I hear. Okay. See, I knew. Turn that off. Hey, you guys are you guys are sifting over. Good morning, Maria. Hey, I will visit you in a little bit. The Bud Files, good to see you. Where do you get all of those little happy things, Maria? I don't get those on my computer. I don't know. Maybe I don't have them set up. Yes, yes. Um, yeah, I tried to pop in on Susan's live, but I couldn't get my computer set up and I wasn't even sure if it was going to work. So yeah. Um, good morning, Gummy Doolittle. How are you? Oh, my goodness. Is today your birthday? No, I'm early. Today's not Gummy Doolittle's birthday. Oh, you got them in the chat. Okay. Oh, is it that little? Wait a minute. Is that little smiley face thing? Wait a minute. Okay, I see him. Thank you. You know, I'm Tech Challenge. You're from Texas. Well, I am in Georgia. I am almost in South Carolina. I'm like 30 minutes from the South Carolina border. Hey, good morning, Annabeth. Good to see you. Hope it's nice and pretty over in Alabama. Yeah, so Maria just showed me where all these cute little symbols are at. Ooh, there's a lot of them. So I'm gonna get to pick me some emojis later. Listening while you're doing English, Annabeth. Oh well, that's okay. I hope it doesn't disturb your English. Maria, you you used to live in Orlando, really? Yeah. Um I've been in Georgia for, well, let's see, since 1985. Believe it or not, we were just going to come over here for a couple of years, and my husband was going to work in he was going to work in the nuclear plant um, that was south of town here of Augusta, and that's been a long time. We never left. We never left. So after our kids were, we had one more child here. We had two when we came. And then after they graduated, got in school, graduated, got married, had children, I'm not going anywhere now. I mean, oh yeah, this is my youngest granddaughter and her bunny Bob. Don't ask me where she got that name because we're not even sure it's a Bob or a Bobette. But she doesn't care. Uh, Maria says, but we'll go back home to our home state of Arizona. We're all over the place because of my husband's job. We work remotely. Yes, we ended up in Phoenix, actually, the Phoenix Glendale area, uh, when Palo Verde was in construction back in 81 to 83. So we lived in Arizona a couple of years and I loved it there. Absolutely loved it. And so my second child was born in Arizona. I have them born in three different states. So I love Arizona too. And as high school, as many of you know, I went to high school in California, but was born and lived for like 13 years in Oklahoma. So I've lived in a lot of states. Um, Arizona is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's a different, we're all green and grassy here. And okay, um, she's finding Bob a place to eat grass so the cat doesn't get him because Bob is only a month old.
only 1 month old.
1 month old, yes, Bob, and he's already had one field trip to. He had one field trip to the elementary school.
Maxwell.
He spent a half a day there before they called me and said, "Come get Bob." But this is a rural area, and they're very lax in letting you bring animals, and I've even brought goats and little pigs when I had 3 little pigs. Yes, 3 little pigs that I rescued out of the woods one time, and they were like 13 days old, and I took them all up there, and you want to talk about kids that were squealing right with those pigs. It was a fun thing. Maria says lived in Flagstaff before, mostly in Phoenix. Yeah, I lived on the Goodyear, Glendale side just because it was the closest to the Palo Verde, because I mean, he still had to drive like an hour every day to get to the nuclear plant. They were in construction then. So we've lived in a few states, but we visited more states, a lot more.
There you go.
Logan Gummy says good morning.
Good morning, Gummy.
She's happy that Bob is healthy and visiting his friends at school.
I got it.
Well, let me see Bob. Bob is really friendly. She brought him in the house yesterday. He's really cute.
He got blue eyes.
Oh, he has blue eyes, y'all. He has blue eyes. Yeah. She just lets him crawl up all over her, and I mean, he's very friendly. Yeah. Who says it's been raining? Oh, and Annabeth, it's been raining for 3 days. Yes, we have had rain at night and some couple of days.
Hello, Bob.
Oh, Maria says hello, Bob. Thank you, Logan. For those who don't know,
Gummy said we all need rain.
Gummy says we all need rain. She's a very good reader, y'all. She's very good at reading. Bob has really sharp nails. Yeah, he does.
He scraped the mess out of me, see?
Well, we don't want to talk about saying words that you don't need to say on the internet.
Oh, no, he scraped my arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, take Bob.
Bob, you need to go
let him play. Let him eat some grass. Yeah, we all do need rain. We need rain very badly. Hello, Rushing Wind Mountain. Nice to see you. Oh, first time here, really. I went over to yours a couple of days ago, so I've got a whole list of people that I've been working on getting there, visiting them, and seeing what you're about. I actually met someone actually from the coin community that subscribed to me a couple of days ago, and I started looking at some of his videos, and y'all, he's seeing things that are near me, so he must live near me somewhere, because the little town that's 4 miles away, he said it's his hometown. So, you know, and he visited the rock house, which is the haunted rock house that is 4 miles from me. So there's a YouTuber that's really close that I just met. It's like, oh, Mom. So all of these places he's visiting ghost towns and things that, basically are just ghost areas. And the rock house is a ghost area that was part of the Quaker settlement. Let's see. What is your name, Rushing? Gummy Doolittle is my sister, my true real life blood sister. Let's see. I missed somebody. Did I miss somebody? Oh, the rain. We're talking about the rain. It is so important for many states, but especially where I'm at. If we were wanting this rain because we have no hay. We have not had hay in almost 2 months, and the animals are all on pasture right now, but they still need hay. So it's very, very important that we get some hay so that they can cut.
Fresh grass.
Oh, fresh grass. Yeah, our grass is green now. So at least we do have some grass for the goats to eat, and we don't have cows anymore. We have 2 sheep, 3 pigs, 2 alpacas, 3 cows, 3 donkeys now. We have 3 donkeys that
3
are
bunnies.
3 bunnies. Why, y'all, look, this child, how old are you?
7.
She's 7. She comes out of the house. She goes to get her some milk. She comes out of the house with this is a baby goat's bottle, and she's drinking it. Your mama is going to get you. Your daddy is going to get you. You better not let him see you sucking out of that bottle. He's 7 years old.
He already texted me.
He already texted you and told her to get that. That was a goat bottle. It was washed. It was clean. So anyway, at least we will get some hay. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We use coastal Bermuda. Can't say that, coastal Bermuda here for our animals. So it's very, very important that they
It's
get some
digging.
hay. It's okay. Bob's not going anywhere. Bob is
It's
eating.
eating hay.
He's eating fresh grass.
No.
So yes, it's really super important that we get rain. And in the last 4 days, we've gotten 3 inches of rain, but it's been very slow. Sometimes it's like Annabeth, it's thunder showers really quick and then it goes away. We've been getting some thunderstorms during the night, and we have dropped back down to in the 60s. I think one night was 59, so we've dropped back down where it's cooler weather. And so hopefully we'll have rain. I'm at the end of my hatching, and I say this because I'm about ready to turn off my incubator. It holds 6 trays of 30 eggs, and I took 13 baby chicks out of the incubator. Hey, what are you doing? Messing with my computer, girl.
I'm
So I was about to turn it off. I got 13 bunnies out of the incubator. I mean, chicks out of the incubator yesterday, and I go in the hen house to get my fresh eggs, and apparently, there's a hen in there sitting, and I heard some little peeping, and I look under her, and she's got 13 baby chicks. So we're 12 in the barn and 13 in the hen house. She's going to correct me. Excuse me. And so yeah, we had a lot of chicks born yesterday, and I'm down to the last half dozen that have not hatched yet. So weather gets over 80 degrees here because my incubators are in the barn. The alarms go off, and they just go off, and it's just, it'll burn up my incubator if I don't reset them and turn them off. So, and I even have fans that run in the barn so that it'll keep the air circulating. It's this barn behind me. It's a small, it was a shed barn for equipment, and we enclosed it so that I have a little workshop, and one day
shop.
food shop. One day it'll be a little shop where I can sell my goods. But got to get the house finished first. Can't even think about this one yet. But so anyway, I thought I was done hatching chicks, and the hens are hatching their own chicks. So that's okay because it's free, and I don't have to run the electricity, and we'll still get some extra chicks. When we separate all the roosters will, unless somebody needs a rooster, they will go to the auction. And usually I wait until we can tell the roosters, and they to see what they're going to look like, because people buy them because of what they look like. Somehow my chat stopped. Did my chat stop because nobody's talking, or did my chat stop because it froze? Bud Files. Oh, the Bud Files. They did a really recent tour of cave, and it's really interesting. If y'all have never been in a cave, this one has gemstones in it. That's pretty cool. I've been to a few places that had gemstones. Now, for those who live in Arkansas, there's Murfreesboro Diamond Mine. I think that's what it's called. We went before and we found a few little rocks. And one time we actually took 2 buckets of dirt home with us, and we brought it back to Georgia. So little by little, we went through it, and we went to a ruby mine. I think the ruby mine was up in North Georgia, as up near Cleveland, Georgia, I think. Um, and we also went to a sapphire mine. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I do have a ruby nugget in my safe. Um, it's about that big around. So it hasn't been polished or tumbled or anything. I just put it in there because I wanted it safekeeping until I figure out what I'm going to do. So I like digging in rocks, and my middle child is he's got his degrees in geology and um, science, and he loves rocks. Uh, oh, you're here while working, Maria. That's great. Yes, I love it. Now in the diamond mine in Arkansas, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And they say the best time to go is after a rain, because the rain, the dirt does not stick to the diamonds. And you can find other gemstones there too. I love them too. I love rubies. Although emerald is my birthstone. I know I missed a good opportunity. I should have had a birthday live, but my birthday was the day before, the weekend of Mother's Day. So we had a lot going on. So I couldn't do it. But I don't know. I could do it late, couldn't I? I could still do it, but I don't do the giveaway tools and all that. But
You can show everybody what you got for your
I
birthday.
could show everybody what I got for my birthday. See there, kids, they think of everything. I got some nice cards, and I've got some nice gifts from my children. And my husband bought me a new fishing pole, and one of the kids bought me a new fishing pole. So I have 2 new fishing poles. Thank you very much, Maria. Yes. So
You're
my
welcome for the
birthday,
fishing poles.
my birthday's always been my birthday has always been a double holiday. So usually when the kids get together, unless it's like a week apart, because it's like it moves. Thank you, Annabeth. Yes, emeralds I thought was our birthstone. Yes, emeralds is our birthstone, but I love rubies anyway. I like rubies. I like sapphire. Sapphire was my mother's birthstone. Um, I don't know, when is ruby. I forget which ruby.
September.
Next month is your birthday, Maria. Oh, that's a good month too. I think last live I told everybody how many May birthdays. Our family was chocked full of May babies. Um, most of us children were born in the spring, 2 in March, 1 in April, uh,
September.
just my siblings. And let's see, um, in May, it was my one sister-in-law is the 5th, one sister-in-law is the 13th. Hey, Susan, thank you. One is the 5th, one is the 13th, mine is the 13th, my niece is the 15th, my sister Gummy, hers is the 27th, and we have a brother Jerry, his is at the end of the month, the 30th. And the brother that we lost, Jimmy, was March, and we have my brother Gerald is April, and my brother that we lost in June, his is October, and I have a sister that we lost also, and hers was July. So we were all over the place, but May had the most. I forget, did I miss any May birthdays? We had so many. Yeah, so we probably, as kids, we probably had a birthday month, and my mother probably made a cake. We didn't have store-bought cakes.
Eating it.
Let's see. Who did I miss? Annabeth says last month was my mom's birthday and my new niece's birthday. That's right. Emery was born last month. Mom's was the 18th. Emery's the 6th. And I mean, it just seems like spring was. Oh yes, I forgot the brother. I forgot the December brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
I have a brother
The
that was born in December, last day of December.
one that was 5.
Oh yes, and the little boy that was 5. I lost a brother. He was 5 years old due to complications of polio, and that was back in the 50s, and he was 5 years old at the time. Um, oh, you think December is Ruby? I couldn't remember which one was Ruby. I actually have my mother's ring. The children got me this mother's ring quite a while, and it has their names. Where's the camera? It has their names and it has their birthstones on it.
Is your daddy on it?
No, my daddy's not on here.
No, my dad.
No, yes, your daddy's on here.
What color is he?
Your daddy's that last one.
Oh, blue.
Blue. Aquamarine, I think is her daddy. But and I have a peridot and I have a topaz.
Your necklace is your birthstone.
That's right. And my necklace is my birthstone.
What color? It's green.
It's emerald. Yes.
It's emerald.
You have to go do math, Annabeth. Well, good luck
Go
on
do
your
math.
on your test, and we'll see you back if you can. Yeah, so now
Gummy.
some birthdays
Very nice, Linda. I don't
recall.
seeing this one.
Oh, you mean my mother's ring? Yes. This one, I actually have my mother's ring, with her children, and I have my grandmother's mother's ring also. And my mother and my grandmother's was the very same. And I'm thinking that my mom actually bought both of them at the same time for her and her mother. And they're very I mean, identical except for the stones. So, but my mother's has 6 stones in it, and my grandmother had 3 stones. But do people still buy mother's rings? Is that still? I mean, I got mine and I wasn't worried, but do they still do mother's rings? My live chat is not moving. Does anybody? Oh, y'all don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, do it.
I did it. July. Oh, July. Okay, July is the Ruby. That was my eldest sister. Her birthday was July. But you know, I guess people still buy a lot of birthstones. But now, correct me if I'm wrong. Are some of the charts? Hey, Christy Betts, good to see you. You and Susan just popped in here. Aquamarine is December. Yes, Aquamarine is December. I have a child in November, which is Topaz. Hey, Junkyard Gamer, nice to see you. But the birthstones on some charts, they're different. Like some have added pearls and other stones. I mean, when did all that happen? You know, if I'm mistaken. And so yeah, they still do, Susan. Yeah. So I mean, once I got mine, I'm good. Oh, I'm good, Junkyard Gamer. I'm very good. How are you doing? And how's the weather where you're at? Let's see. We're at right now. I'm at 67, and as you can tell, it's sunny. It's sunny. There's no wind today. We did have rain during the night, though. Um, but yeah, we're actually, it's a very nice. Well, there's a little breeze. You can see the limbs moving. Occasionally, there's a little breeze, and I noticed that. How many of y'all know what a catawba tree is? Junkyard says it's 87 here, and I'm tired. Okay, where is here, Junkyard Gamer? And if you 87. See, Gummy Doodle is out in California. She's hot too. She actually last week or the week before, she got to 104. She sent me a picture of it, and it's like, whew, made me hot just thinking about it. And at the time, I think we were 80. So that's a big difference. Christy says, I'm trying to play catch up on chores after being sick. Yeah. North Carolina. I'm just on the South Carolina state line. Very good. I'm on the South Carolina state line, pretty well within 30 minutes of Georgia. So I'm on the Georgia side. So yeah, I was just saying. I was just saying the. Okay, I'm gonna get his name right. I just found out. Oh, 40 minutes from Myrtle Beach. Oh, that's a good place. Except I don't go to Myrtle Beach anymore, and the reason is because there's so many people, so many. I like a little beach called Hunting Island, and it's over near Savannah. Uh, I'm glad you're feeling better too, Christy. And yesterday, the day before, I met someone I believe from Junkyard Gamers friends. Um, what is his name? Um, Jewish redneck prepper. Jewish redneck prepper. Um, he's showing on some of his videos. He's showing all of these places that he's visiting, ghost towns. He's showing ghost towns right around the corner from me, and he says that the town that's 4 miles from me is his hometown. We may be in the same town. Who knows? Who knows? But chicken tree. What's a chicken tree? What did I miss? I missed something. I don't know. But anyway, this new subscriber, he is showing locations that are in my neighborhood. Okay. For those who have not seen Bob, here, we'll take Bob right out here. You can hold that. Here's little Bob.
I'll make it the bed.
He's so black that you really can't hardly see, but he does have blue eyes. And he's got that one little teeny white spot right there. Now, if I let him loose, he'd be all over my computer.
He already got loose out his little cradle that I made for
my
him.
youngest granddaughter Logan, she says Bob has already gotten loose, and there's cats that are licking their lips. Let me tell you, they want to play with Bob.
One time they bit him 2 times.
But Bob is actually, he looks black, but he really is kind of a dark chocolate brown. He looks black though.
His ears are black.
But he's a sweet little guy, and she lets him run around in the house, and
I let him stay in my dollhouse.
Oh, and yeah, when he's at her house, she has this big giant dollhouse against the wall that there was a hand-me-down from one of her her oldest cousin, and she puts him in this dollhouse, in the dollhouse. It's like an open-faced dollhouse. I love rabbits too. I love rabbits. And at one time before COVID, I have on my list of photographers, I have at least 24 photographers that have been out to the farm. And if we had a little anything, baby bunnies, baby anything, the photographers would come out and they would bring their clients and take pictures with the baby animals. And they would give us a small sitting fee to help with the rescue. Okay, you can take Bob now. His little fingernails are really sharp. So I need to clip his nails. Is that a confiscated RR sign? Oh, you're talking about let me go back up here. I got to find out which one I'm missing here. Oh, it's a bit tough fishing here. There's ankle rippers here. Oh, ankle rippers. Oh, yeah. Occasionally in the Okefenokee swamp in Georgia, we got some of them ankle rippers too. And we're really close to the Savannah River, and occasionally they do come up and they come out. So yeah, they're here. Just waiting to get after you. So if you fall in the canal, you could be yesterday's dinner. Yeah. Let's see.
And one time our couch saved one of our baby goats.
Yes, yes. Yes, Christy. Bob is adorable. He's a cutie. She said when she first discovered, I didn't tell her about him for a couple of weeks because they were in school, and
But now we're out of school.
and I didn't want to distract her from school because every day she come home she wanted to take the bunny down, and she had things to do. Um, and as soon as she saw him, she said, "Can I have him?" She gave him a name. So I had to send their mom and dad a video, and she was asking them if she could have him. So I did put a little video on my channel.
Answered that question.
They haven't answered that question. Can you believe that? But yeah, Mama did. She said, "Yeah, you can have him at Nana's house. You can leave him at Nana's house." The railroad sign. Yeah, actually, there is a story about that, Junkyard Gamer. When we were doing antiquing, I found this sign, and I really do believe it's a replica. It's not an original sign, but we found it in an old schoolhouse antique junk shop that we went through, and it was in this junk shop for sale. So my husband liked it and he bought it, and he put it up there on his barn. Yeah, but it's not confiscated. I believe it's fake. We never tried to sell it as from the railroad. Now we do have something that is on our land. It is a marker. It is a granite marker. It's huge. It's as big as that sign right there. And it says GA.RR. So the Georgia Railroad, and we are, I mean, from here it's about 50 feet to the road, and the train track is there. You got to quit doing that, Hayden. The road, he's throwing his ball keeps going across the road. You just leave it across the road. There's cars out there. So the railroad is very close, but that sign is an authentic railroad, and we left it where it was at. We didn't touch it. We don't know how it ended up down in the pasture. We just left it. So if somebody took it and took it down there, it was long before we got here, and it's still there. So we're not. It's going to stay there. We're not. But it's a huge granite stone. So I don't know how it ended up down there. What kind of snakes? Let's see. What kind of snakes do you have? Venomous snakes, among other reptiles here. Oh yeah. Now we have seen copperheads here. We've seen. I don't know if we've seen rattlesnakes, but we have seen a water moccasin. We've been on this property 7 years, and so we have seen them, and of course the black snake, the king snakes and stuff. But I don't want any of them crawling over my feet, honestly. Um, let's see. But yeah, they're here. The last big king snake that we found in the chicken nest was so big he couldn't get out. He'd eaten 6 eggs, couldn't even get out. Christy says I had a water moccasin settle down 10 feet from me while listening to Kathy's live. Oh yeah, you did say that you had a water moccasin there. And my internet has been going in and out, in and out. I'll get on and then I'll get knocked off. And the electricity went off 5 times a couple of nights ago, just kept going off. And it's finally, it's like, okay, I'm going to bed. If it's going off, there's no reason for me to stay up and use my little flashlight battery. So I was done.
I'm in its cage. A bit.
So yeah. Let's see. Okay, Logan, listen to this. Miss Susan says, I had a house rabbit. It was the best friends with my puppy and bird. The mailbox was my front door. The mailbox was my front door. The mailman would give me my puppy and dog treat. The dog taught the bunny to reach up and get the extra treat. You can train the bunny. I knew.
Oh yeah, I already been training it.
She's been training it. Yeah.
And on his house. He been when I say go through a tunnel, then he been going through a tunnel. When
Yeah.
I say jump off the couch, then it jumps off the couch.
She makes tunnels for him. He just needs a day off. Y'all know that.
No, she had to go to work for 3 days.
Rabbits are very smart, Miss Susan says. Yes.
Yeah.
I had a friend in high school, and she had a pet bunny, and it roamed the house. It used the litter box. It roamed the house, and she would pat the sofa, and it would jump up on the sofa and sit and watch TV with her. I mean, she had it trained. Oh, Miss Christie says she loves the new donkeys, and we still haven't had a baby donkey. We're watching one of them. I told the kids they needed to give the donkeys new names, but she says her friend owned the donkeys and she gave them names, but we don't know what the names are. So I've been calling them Jack and Jenny and Julie. Julie is the one that's expecting a baby. So who knows? Let's see. What'd you say, Junkyard? I missed it. Bye, Rushing Winds. It was nice to see you. So glad you got to come in. Let's see. There's abundance of little lizards. I got a few wild lizards for pets. Yeah, we have those little gecko ones that they have the little orange doohickey and they blow up. We have lots and lots of them, and we have what they look like almost sand lizards. They're the color of sand. What do you got?
It's a bunny.
Okay, y'all see Bob. Okay, kids have no filters. Y'all know that, don't you? You like the donkey names, Gummy? Yes. And they can call them what they want to, but I go and check on them every day 2 or 3 times. I've been watching them. We've let them out. We had them enclosed in the corral in an old barn, and we've let them out now, and they love just hanging out. And they go to the fence that separates me and my son's place. They go to the fence, and they've been watching the sheep and the goats and the alpacas. So they've been keeping an eye on them, and eventually we may move one of them up if we decide we don't want to populate anymore. We may move one of them up to my pasture. So we'll see how that goes. Annabeth says, hey, she's done with her math.
Yay!
Annabeth is the best student. She is so disciplined with her homeschooling. It's great to see. Did you get your donkeys to be the guardian donkeys for your livestock? Yes, Susan. We have had so many baby goats that have disappeared. And last year, my son, he has red.
Thank you.
Thank you, she says. Oh, yeah, thank you. That was Annabeth. That's Miss Annabeth right there. And so we
I peeped.
he lost 4 baby goats. And he had them sold. So he lost a lot of money. Donkeys can't run? Really?
They've been running.
No, they've been walking fast, and they walk in a line. They run behind. Yes, that is my baby granddaughter. She's the youngest of my grandchildren.
Right here.
That's Alyssa.
That's Daddy.
That's your daddy? Oh, somebody's coming.
Daddy's home.
We'll go talk to Daddy then. He's fixing my granddaughter's car. Let's see. Oh, I missed something in my chat. Okay, the donkeys. So we've lost a lot of donkeys. That was last year. I lost 2 last year, 2 babies. And what happens is, even though I lock them up at night, they're in with Pyrenees dogs. They sneak out one little tiny hole. Those little ones do. And when they sneak out, they want to sneak out at daybreak. And that's when the coyotes, they come right up into the pasture on the other side of the fence. They know the dogs can't get to them, and they wait for those babies to come out and they snatch them. But they always seem to snatch twins because they go out at the same time. And I've never seen more than one coyote at a time, but apparently there's a standby because both of them got lost, and I've lost two this year. Had them sold. I go out Saturday morning, and my husband's like, "Where's those two babies?" He said, "Did you put them in another pasture?" And I said, "No, they were there last night when I locked them up because I always do baby counts and I do goat counts too." So I knew who's missing. Um, and he lost four this year again. So he lost four last year, four this year. And when you could, I mean, his baby goats, registered baby goats, go for $400 or $500. So he's lost a lot of money. And their friends have a lot of donkeys, and they're like, you can have a couple of them. And so they ended up giving him three, and they're actually very nice. They're they'll come to you, they'll eat out of your hand. They don't try to knock you down. We had one before, and he tried to bite your ankles, and he bit the cows, and he was really naughty. So, yeah, these are very nice donkeys, and so we've turned them loose now. We're getting them used to our goats. They have been with cows, so we're just not sure. We want them to get used to the goats. Um, yeah, they have no filters, Christy. Don't say anything in front of the kids that you don't want someone to hear, right? Because uh they jog. Okay, thank you. They jog. Okay. Because I noticed that they do some, it's like lopping, right? It's different than a horse running. We had little mini horses, and they definitely run. Oh, that's so sad about the kids. Yes, I know. It's the hardest thing. No, I've lost three this year. I take it back. One of the cutest little ones, he was only about 3 weeks old, and he just disappeared. I mean, we saw no signs. That's the thing. We see no signs of any of them. Junkyard says I had a horse, but it kept farting like the sound of pure horsepower. Yeah, I think we have one that burps. But maybe not. Susan says coyotes run in packs and they alert the other ones. You know what? On our game camera, I heard that, but on the game camera, I've never seen two at a time on a game camera. I'll see one, and it could be 30 minutes or an hour, and then you would think it's the same one, but I think it's actually the next one coming along. I think they they hold back, and if they spook something and it runs their way, they catch them. So I've never actually seen a pack, but I've heard them. Now you hear them at night because we have 15 acres, and seven of it is in the wood. It's in the woods, and it's backed up to a I guess one of the land clearing places owns all the trees and stuff back there. So um, it's just all wood, so they can roam back there. I can't get rid of them, but so we're hoping the donkeys will at least deter them and keep them away. So if it happens, that's good. If not, I don't know what else to do. We've tried many things. You just can't catch them. Just can't catch them. Who came in that I missed? Did I miss someone? If I missed you, throw your hand up and say hi. Uh, yeah, let's see. Yes, Annabeth, to answer your question about the granddaughter, I have three granddaughters. My oldest is 19, and the middle granddaughter, she is 13, 14, 14. Golly, I keep forgetting. So I have I have three grandsons and three granddaughters, and then she is 7. So yeah, they jog. I'm gonna keep watching on. Now I was amazed at their bath the other day. Do you know he took the Jack took his bath first, and it was real dusty. It was before it started raining, so the dust, it was like a plume of dust, and I saw it, and I went down there to see what was going on. I thought, oh my gosh, something's fighting, because like if dogs fight and the dust goes everywhere. And I go down there, and he's taking a bath. He's just getting up when I get my camera out. He stands there and he watches the next one take a bath. She lays down in the same spot. She does her bath, does rolling, and they roll a little bit and they rest a minute and then they roll again. So they actually roll twice. And then she got up, and then the one that's expecting a baby, then she lays down in the same one. And the whole time he's watching them, and he's standing between them and me. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but he really was. He was making sure they had their bath time. uh, our neighbors used to have donkeys. I'm not sure why they got rid of them. Sometimes they get rid of them just because they overpopulate, especially if they're not fixed. Now these donkeys do need a farrier, but we're going to have to work with them to get. They've never had a harness on. Um, they've never had a halter on. They've never had anybody touching their back legs. So I don't want to get kicked. So we're going to have to, the farrier says we're going to have to work with them, or we're going to have the vet came out and give them a shot and, some happy juice and make them sleep a little bit, and he can trim their feet up. And so a couple of them really do need their feet trimmed. So that's something we're going to look at in the future. Um, so because we want them to be comfortable, but um, and we do have some rocky areas, so they may end up kind of wearing them down a little bit, but you know they really do need some help. So we'll get that done, but it's going to be a slow process. Um, let's see. What did I miss? I had a horse. Oh yeah, I read that. I saw a picture of a donkey that killed a coyote and it came trotting in with its mouth. Yeah, they will. Now they will gang up and take care of coyotes. When we had the coyote that came in the pasture, and one of our young bulls actually hit the coyote in the side, and he dropped. It was a small adult. Um, and we saw it. We were out there, and he was that brave. But the cow actually hit him. He dropped it, and he ran off about 50 feet. And he turned around and he waited to see if he had a chance to come back and get her. And I mean, she was all wet on the neck, but he didn't hurt her. He didn't injure her, but um, she could have went into shock and died just from that. But she was a fainting goat, and she did faint. She was on the ground, but we had a cow actually save that one. But when you have animals and you have babies and you're on the outskirts of the woods, I guess we just have to live with it and do the best we can. Hey, John, nice to see you. It's good to see you. This is the first time you've been here, right? Um, yep. I got to go to work. Oh, well, I'm glad you stopped by, Junkyard Gamer. I need a lift long vacation. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your week, and don't work too hard. Johns, are you? Can you say what state you're from? Give us an idea what your weather is. Um, we're all over the states right now, all over. Um, we will we will go visit your channel. Um, I've got to go back and fix my Nightbot so that I can put a keyword in there that'll drop links. It'll automatically drop links if you put it in there. Won't that be nice? If I could figure that out. I'm gonna work on that. Um, my friend had to make one for her draft horses. Oh, really? Yeah, he was a good bull. But he's at the sale barn already. But he was one of the ones that tore the fences down too. Okay, John's in South Louisiana. Did I say that right? Louisiana or Louisiana? It's 80 degrees and cloudy here, but really a nice day. Oh, it's really nice for you to be here too. I love Louisiana. My husband worked in St. Francisville um, when my children were really small, and he was down there for a couple of months. They had shutdowns at the nuclear plant there, and we would go down there on the weekends because I did work and the kids did go to school. Um, I'd just pop them in the car and we'd drive down and see them on the weekends because the children they had withdrawal that if they didn't see him every night, and that was before we had FaceTime and we didn't have that kind of Skype might have been around, but I don't recall. So I had to actually put them in the car and take them down to see their dad just so that we could make it another couple of weeks. And so he was only down there about 8 weeks. So, but it's beautiful country down there, and we stayed at the Myrtles. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia, near Augusta, between Augusta and Atlanta. Uh, so it's easy for us to go down to New Orleans. We've been down there many times for the Mardi Gras, and I think the last time I went, somebody threw a big string of beads. They were white beads, and I think the beads were like this big, and it hit me in the mouth and loosened the tooth. So yeah, I'm less than an hour from St. Francisville. It's a pretty place, and we stayed at the Myrtles. It's one of the most haunted plantations around. There, I'm sure that Louisiana has a lot of them, but we loved the Myrtles plantation. We wanted to stay in the house, but there was a wedding party that had the whole house. So we had to stay in the quarters for the servants. When they lived there, that was their servant quarters. And yeah, we did have something unusual happen, and I'll have to tell you all about that one time. Um, that there was a couple of things that happened on different. We've stayed at different haunting places. We stayed one in Virginia, that was it had been it looked like a motel, but it was a hospital for the Civil War. So it had a lot of, um, I think, spirits that were lingering that never passed over, and some really unusual things. I'll have to just talk about that one day. I'll get my stories together of the sorry about that, of all of the places we have stayed that have hauntings. And now on my Little Wendy's Daydreaming channel, I have a video. For those that don't know, it is called The Rock House, and it is haunted, and it is within 4 miles of me here. And I got some unusual, I don't know, it wasn't anything I saw. It was just feelings in the house, and it was a compound for the early Wrightsboro Quakers. Um, so it's a very interesting house, and it is built of local rock. The walls are 2 feet deep, and I mean, it's amazing. It's actually 3 stories. They have a loft, and they have the main house, and then the cooking area in the bottom, which is dirt floor. So it's really an interesting. I haven't gone to the cemetery yet, but I definitely want to. Oh, Christy, I'm glad you came. You take care of yourself, and I know I will see you probably tonight at Kathy's. But you take care. I'm glad you got to come by. It's so nice here. I really wished I had a hammock. I could just really take a nap. You know, I could just really take a nap. My lawnmower is still broken, so y'all don't even want to see my lawn. It's bad. It's really bad. Bob is on top of a car now, y'all. He is. Take care of yourself, Christy. And those little puppies. I say little puppies. Y'all know Christy's got big dogs. My two, I have two livestock guardians, which are Great Pyrenees. And they got out yesterday. They just wanted to play. And I don't know how they can go underneath the fence as big as they are. He's much bigger than she is. But so I get in the Jeep, and I'm looking for them, and there's two children on bicycles, and they're chasing him. I didn't catch them until they were a mile down the road because the kids were chasing them on their bicycles, and I told them, I said, "Stop chasing. If you just sit down and sit right there, they'll come to you. But if you're chasing them, it's a fun game for them. They're like, oh, let's chase me some more." Oh, the stories will really be interesting to hear. Oh, thanks, Susan. I will. I'm going to get my notes together because I don't want to misinform you on some of the places that we've actually stayed and where they are. I might even find some links that I can tell you. Um, probably, the one up near in the Tennessee, Kentucky area was the one that I don't know. We stayed at something in New Orleans, and I had something unusual happen in New Orleans. But my husband says I'm just, I was wishing it to happen. I don't know that that's really true, but and I do have, and I'll tell y'all and show you some pictures of my mirror that I have that's over 100 years old. That hung in an old farmhouse that I have actually taken a picture and seen. At the time, I thought it was an old woman because the hair was really long, but there was some kind of hat looking thing on its head. And after I started looking a little closer, I realized that it was like maybe a Mennonite or an Amish, Mormon or something, but it had this the square type hat, and but the long hair, and then I realized it had a long mustache that went down also. So then I realized that actually my spirit that's in my mirror is a man, but uh, I do believe it happens. So, but yeah, I'll get my stories together. That'll be an interesting to talk about that because we've been to many abandoned places, haunted places, ghost towns, some towns that were actually just ghost towns. Uh, in all of our travels, since we've traveled in the lower 48, we've traveled in 47 states or either lived in or traveled in 47 states. My husband was in construction. So we did a lot of traveling when the children were little, but when we got older, we did 10 years ago, as early as 10 years ago, for about 12 years, we actually traveled all over the United States for antiques and vintage items. And I might have to do y'all a little live tour of my barn. I'm going to organize my barn of some of my antiques that I will sell, and but it all has to be done in a. I got to get the house finished first. I got to get back in my house. We're about halfway through remodeling the house, so I've got to get back in the house. Um, because going up and down this camper, y'all that live in a camper or stay in a camper, um, going up and down these steps. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, but just going up and down those steps is tough on the knees if you have to do it every day for a year, you know. So yeah, I know many of you either live in small campers or tiny houses or areas that you have to um, use those steps. But no handicap steps yet for me, but I never can tell. What have I missed on the chat, y'all? Um, am I still on live chat? Uh, Somehow I'm missing something. My chat just froze. Okay. Hey, Cobalt, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you got good weather. Staying busy. I really need to get in the garden. Now that it started raining again, but my tractor's not completely fixed yet. There's a problem with the hydraulic in the back. Need the hydraulic line replaced. So it goes in threes. At first it's the lawnmower, now it's the tractor. So what else? Okay. Goes in threes. So yeah, so I'll get everything together and I'll talk about some of the places that we visited. Um, and especially those ghost towns or abandoned areas. You know, we now this is a little ghost town in Arizona, um, that the mules and the donkeys actually come out of the mountains and they come into the town. They'll walk into the little stores, have been changed into, retail, now. But the little town, and I'll get the name of it and everything. But it's the neatest little town. But you don't bring dogs in the town because the donkeys, the mules, they do not like them. They will chase them. They'll hurt them. Because dogs to them are like coyotes, I guess. So you cannot bring your dog into the little town and actually walk down the street with your dog. Because my brother found that out. He had she was a part Pyrenees and part, some other dog. I forget. It was a rescue, but she was really large, and he only got about 50 steps, and he had to run back to the camper and put the dog in the camper because the donkeys spotted the dog, and they were heading for him, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot about not having the donkeys out here." The donkeys just, they'll tear them up, and they won't stop until they kill them. So I think it's a predator thing for them. They learn to protect themselves. I need to go and eat lunch, and stuff. Yeah. Hope to see you all on Living Miracle tonight at 8. Oh, 8 your time, 9 my time is Eastern. Yeah, I hope to see you too. I'm gonna get off here pretty quick. I've been on an hour. I know y'all all got to get back to work, or you got stuff to do on a nice day. But it was nice chatting with everybody, and I'll get some interesting places that we've been and show you some of the things that we've actually picked up, like my bear trap. I actually have a bear trap. Not a little one, it's a big one. So I'll be excited to show y'all some of the things that we've actually picked up that eventually I'll sell them if I have somebody interested. Um, but it was just something that this one was given to me, and by my brother, and he said, "Whatever you sell it for, you just send me half." Well, he's gone on to heaven, so I guess I'll donate it to the rescue farm. So I'll let you all go. Oh, okay. I got a bug on me. Did you see that? I thought it was a wasp. Okay, I'd rather be bee stung than wasp stung. So I'll see you guys. If I don't see you in somebody's room this week, I'll see you next week. Y'all have a good weekend, okay? Bye. Rooster.